To Arc Seattle on this Thursday morning, it's July 17th. I'm Steve McCarran.
And I'm Tyra Majors. Let's dive right into the deep end. After powering through the hottest day of the week, we're getting ready for a bit of a cool down for the weekend, but this is far from the last day. We'll have high temperatures in western Washington.
The King County Executive Climate Office just launched a brand new tool to help community groups and agencies understand the areas most impacted by the extreme heat. And joining us to continue the conversation this morning is Daaniya, Iyaz, the Climate Preparedness Manager with the King County Executive Climate Office. Nice to have you with us this morning. How are you?
I'm doing great, trying to stay cool and hydrated. How are you both doing?
Doing pretty well, staying cool so far this morning. So before we dive into the details of this new tool that you're here to talk about, give us kind of an overview of why this was launched and the importance of educating communities about extreme heat.
Yeah, heat is really important to talk about, especially since people are not always aware how dangerous it is, even in our beautiful region that's known for its cloudier skies and drizzly weather. But in reality, heat is the leading cause of weather-related deaths nationally. And in our state, the 2021 heat dome was the most deadly weather-related disaster, resulting in over 100 mortalities statewide and around 34 here in King County. So it is important, especially when we're seeing from temperature trends that summer temperatures are continuing to rise when compared to historical values. And that's something that I've experienced too as someone that's lived here almost all of my life, seeing this need for cooling like never before. And it is really important since we're seeing that these hotter temperatures are also not impacting everybody the same. Some people are exposed more to heat because they spend a lot of time outdoors. Some people have some personal characteristics that make them more at risk, such as, we get more sensitive to heat as we age. So adults over 65, also young children under 5. People who are pregnant, have underlying health conditions like diabetes, people who take certain medications like some heart disease medications, and also some people have some factors that make it harder for them to adapt to heat, like not being able to afford an air conditioning unit or not having transportation to escape a hot home. So even though there are a lot of issues associated with heat, it's not all doom and gloom. There are a lot of great potential solutions as well. So that's why we developed the Heat and Health Data Explorer tool. It's a mapping tool that's meant to help people visualize where is heat in my community, better understand some of the factors that contribute to heat exposure and risk, and better plan for extreme heat before it occurs, which is especially important when it comes to co-occurring hazards that can happen at the same time, like wildfire smoke or power outages.
Sounds like a great tool. I'm so glad you guys developed this. So what are some heat risk reduction tools you recommend for communities?
Yeah, so there are a lot of them that we use. First, of course, is our tool. So to go more into detail, that provides, and it's meant to empower users to better visualize and understand their heat islands by showing how surface level temperatures vary throughout the county. It's also meant to help people answer questions and identify areas of high heat risk. And it can help you with things like, where are the hottest parts of my community? And, questions like, how can I better understand the relationship between heat and some of the factors that make people more at risk for extreme heat? But it can also help you answer more targeted questions, like if you want to conduct outreach to people that are more at risk for extreme heat, where are the best places to look? Or if you want to plant a tree in your neighborhood, where's the best place to start? But there are a lot of other tools that we also use in our work. So we definitely recommend being aware of what heat is going to look like. So your local weather stations are great. We use the National Weather Service's heat risk tool that provides a 7-day forecast of comparative heat risk. That helps us drive a lot of our work here at the county. You can also sign up for emergency alerts related to weather directly to your phone through King County Alert. So if you look that up, you can sign up and you'll get it to your phone or your email. You can also call 211 if you want to learn more about resources like cooling or health-related services in your area and more. And we also recommend being aware of tips and tricks to keep yourself cool at home or indoors, especially if you don't have air conditioning. So this looks like things like closing your blinds or blocking out your windows, especially during the daytime when it's hot outside. You can also use heat reflective window films. Those are pretty cool. We also recommend that people, stay hydrated. So drink water and not liquids like, for example, caffeine or alcohol or soda, since those can dehydrate you more. We also recommend even putting a bowl of ice in front of your fan, but keeping, that water and that ice away from your fan. And when it comes to the outdoors, we definitely recommend seeking shelter or shade or a park. And if you are swimming outdoors, being aware of the cold water temperatures, since we have heard and we do see, unfortunately, higher incidences of drowning during extreme heat, since our bodies of water can be really cold. So just being aware of that.
Let's talk
There are
about
lots of things that people can do to keep themselves safe.
Sorry about that. I'm sorry to cut you off there. Let's talk about long-term goals here. What is the county currently working on to address a future with more extreme heat than what we're already seeing right now?
Yeah, so there's a lot of work that the county is currently planning and working on right now. We released our first ever countywide extreme heat mitigation strategy just last year in July. Tomorrow's actually the 1 year anniversary, but it was developed in partnership with over 900 individuals, and it's intended to serve as a guidebook for not only King County government, but for our local partners like local jurisdictions, community-based organizations, service providers, to better plan and prepare for extreme heat before it occurs. So it's got 20 actions that range from nearer term things like multilingual communications for communities at risk, emergency management, all the way to longer term actions like how do you bolster urban tree canopy? How do we better design buildings for extreme heat? So right now we're working on implementing this 5-year strategy, and we're really focusing on areas that are high temperature heat islands, and we're using these tools to really help us hone our interventions. So there's a lot that we have in the works that we're really excited about.
A lot to be excited about, Daaniya. Thank you so much. That was very informational.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Stay cool, everyone.